Yes, he did. All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. The post pair form will be Murray and Sabonis. Ellis is out there with Levine, and it's Davis at the 3. Here's Kamare. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And guys, he saw his chance to earn a little camera time there and took it.
Rocking the rim with some major force.
And typically, he is not the major force in that regard, but good enough to punish a soft defense on that play.
Murray, good.
And look at the inside presence already for Murray. It'll be fun to watch this young man grow.
Pass to Sharp. At the elbow, it's Avdia. Right wing. Avdia on the wing. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Portland had, Greg, one of the great guard combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
Man, that was one heck of a backcourt. And they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability and Porter who could just do a little bit of everything.
Here's Henderson after the Kings pick up 2. And Sharp has it in the corner. Avdia, the pass to Sharp. The three-pointer, no good.
The D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
For 3, Henderson, good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
A part of Henderson's game that's improving. Nice to see him build some confidence from behind the line.
Davis setting the pick for Levine. Driving in. Williams with the block. Fast break, here they come. Lets the 3 fly. And another 3 for Portland.
In one of Sharp's signature moves, the tight handles allow him to create space with ease.
Pass to Ellis. And stolen by Sharp. A 3-ball. Second chance shot. And there's the bucket as Williams finishes it off.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Outside for Murray. Levine against Sharp. 6 to shoot. They need this. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's on Robert Williams.
Personal foul.
Giving this team size out of the backcourt. Levine has enough strength to convert there through the contact.
Well, Brent, last season was disappointing for the Kings after being eliminated in the play-in.
Yeah, a little bit of regression. They did have some key injuries to some guys in the stretch of the season that was vital for them to make the playoff push. But I think it helped them realize just how fun the playoffs are and just how hard it is to get back there. And maybe in this offseason they come back a little bit more focused, knowing how loaded the Western Conference is.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Domantas Sabonis set the longest double-double streak in over half a century last season with 61 straight double-doubles. He said, "It's awesome to be mentioned with the greats. It's my job as a big man to get rebounds and to finish. At the end of the day, just out there to win." Kevin?
Thank you, David. That double-double streak was a blast to watch. Historic in so many ways. The Trailblazers shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
We know, Brent, there are many roads that lead to the modern NBA. And Shaedon Sharp took his own unique path.
Yeah, Kevin, you could say that again. I mean, he was on the Kentucky campus as a player, but never participated in a collegiate game. And then all of a sudden, finding himself at the top end of the NBA draft without ever playing a college game.
For three, Henderson cranes it from beyond the arc. Henderson's got 6.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Sacramento with the ball. Trailblazers knocking down the track.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Pass to Kamare. Murray against Abdia. Here's Kamare. Henderson for 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Well, a lot of importance placed on outside shooting, and tonight you can see why after that kind of quarter exploding from the perimeter.
Davis kicks to Levine. And he can't jam it through.
Let's hope for his sake that he does not try that one ever again.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. 13. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Trailblazers.
Their defense has been so aggressive right out of the gate, wasting no time shutting shooters down here with authority.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
On the court right now for the Kings, they've got Fultz. He's out there with Malik Monk. Doug McDermott is out there with Jonas Valanciunas. And it's LaRavia in at the power forward. Now here's Fultz. Down low, here's Valanciunas. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
It's not going to be a soft finish when Valanciunas gets inside. Count on him going up strong.
Ayton a screen on Fultz. Three-pointer, Simons. Again, Simons missing. The Kings trail by 11.
Trailblazers foul. Rupert. First personal foul. First team foul.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Monk for 3. Good on the triple. Monk's got it back down to single digits for the Kings.
And you gotta love that three-point stroke of Monk. I mean, he's got such a high arcing shot there. It gives it a good chance to go in from deep.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Monk's got 5.
Anytime Monk gets room to shoot, especially inside, he's such a crafty guard who you want to see pulling the trigger from inside. And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. McDermott, no one around him. Brent, one thing we've seen these days, three-point variance. Can you explain it?
Well, Kevin, who's hot and who's not? That's basically what it comes down to. Look, coaches are going to have strategies against teams. A lot of teams are taking a lot more threes, but on the night where they are knocking down shots that you're willing to live with, that's when you just tip the cap, take the loss, and move on.
Hey, Brent, what's one area where we really see these Portland Trailblazers excelling?
Well, they're great on the offensive glass. They have presence on the inside. They have a ton of focus on just collecting rebounds. So great at retrieving those misses.
Now Walker, after the missed 3 from Doug McDermott. Monk with a double team. Here's Ayton. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Kings trail by 9. McDermott for 3. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Walker against Fultz. Here's Ayton. Kicks it out to Grant. Just 5 on the clock. McDermott with a steal. For Sacramento, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Grant goes in, and the dunk by Grant.
And Grant using his greatest strength on the drive, the athleticism. It's hard to match up against.
Here's Monk, and there's the drive. Arabia passes to Valanciunas.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
1:58 left in the second quarter. And Simons wide open. He'll fight. Bangs home the trifecta. Simons has got the lead up to 14 now for Portland. Here's Monk. He's got 5. Here's Fultz. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Fultz has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Lets it fly from 18. And Ayton the bucket on the assist by Simon.
Ayton showing he could be a problem on other spots on the floor, not just the post.
And when you're a knockdown shooter like you were, with the kind of athleticism that Anthony Simons possesses, Brent, you're in rarefied air.
Yeah, no doubt Anthony, one of those guys, really tough to stop. You got to pick your poison with him. That quickness and his ability to get to the rim, though, that can impact what they do offensively.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. A move that likely helped the league's parity has been shortening max contract limits. Commissioner Silver says we used to refer to it as dead money. A star player toward those end years sitting on the bench. We've reduced max contracts to 5 years, in some cases 6. This way, it moves to more pay for performance. Kevin?
I think, DA, that's a pretty good business decision. It's going to have nice ramifications. Valanciunas, pass to LaRavia. Monk, no one around him, sinks the three-pointer. Monk's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Kings.
You know, you got to admire the range that this guy has. But Monk just no fear when he pulls up from deep.
The Kings trail by 11. Fultz the pass to McDermott. And here's Valanciunas. Back to McDermott. Fires the 3. And another 3 for Sacramento.
Pretty thing right there. McDermott shooting the basketball from the perimeter. And when he's beyond the arc, he is looking to do that.
Simons kicks to Grant. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And we've finished one half of basketball. Portland out in front, up 8. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You look at Scoot Henderson in this game, guys, he has been everywhere.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
The guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Bob Williams is out there with Avdia. And it's Kamare in at the 3 spot. So that's who Chauncey Billups starts the second half with. Well, the Kings went from 3 seed in 2023 to out of the playoffs completely, Brent, last season.
Well, it speaks to how competitive the Western Conference was. You know, you got to realize, Kevin, Sacramento won just 2 less games than they did after that magical run in 2023. The West was just better. So the Kings got to fill some holes, find some pieces, and hopefully have some guys improve upon what they did last season.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead has got down to 11 on the bucket from Davis. Portland's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. Now here's Henderson. Pass to Sharp. Portland moving the ball around. Williams inside. And again, it's Portland converting.
You know, when Williams gets positioned inside, he just looks to dominate physically, and then he shows you the skill set on top of it.
Levine against Sharp. Levine kicks to Ellis. Back to Levine. And he slams it down right on top of Robert Williams.
And I can say, sort of surprising, he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still, a magnificent move to the rim. Sacramento making a switch here. Sabonis is checked in. Now, here's Sharp. He's got 5. Henderson outside. Williams inside. Defended by Sabonis. Williams' shot is off.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor. He's not the reason that they're trailing in this one. He's been on his game. It's a few of the other guys that need to pick it up.
Stolen by Ellis. Davis with it. Now Avdia defending. And stolen by Sharp. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Buries the open 3 to cap the break. Sharp's got 8 points.
Few defenders can keep up with Sharp in the open floor. This guy is electric.
Back to Levine. Davis in the corner. Got a piece of it. Murray a screen on Avdia. Levine's shot is off.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
Great communication on the alley-oop. And the Trailblazers lead by 13.
No, can we get a load of that one? Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Yeah, Sabonis just taking that hit and finding a way to finish.
Brent, Domantas Sabonis is truly a player you can run an offense through.
Yeah, he's a guy that you can basically put anywhere on the floor, and all of a sudden good things are going to happen, whether he's playing out of the post and dealing with double teams, or he's at the top of the key, able to read the defense, using his vision and his ability as a...
Look at that. And showing some creativity. Murray smooth and lethal.
Henderson kicks to Avdia. Levine against Sharp. Over in the corner, Williams. Outside, Avdia. Back to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Over Sabonis. And they'll get another chance. Henderson outside. Avdia, a screen on Ellis. Back to Avdia. Here's Sharp. Here's Kamara. No good with the triple. The Kings trail by 8. Poked away. Stolen by Avdia. Here's the 3. Offensive rebound. Sabonis with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Levine's got it.
Run any chance that you can get. Great theft and first pass from Sabonis.
And so Henderson will bring it up for the Trailblazers. Avdia can't hit. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. To the paint. There's Sabonis. Portland grabs the miss.
You take your time. You don't give them another possession.
And hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Pass to Kamara. Knocks down the 3 ball. Kamara's got 5 now.
And he shot a lower than average volume here tonight, but his efficiency doing it has helped the team build the lead.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers in control with a 9-point lead. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
The passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
4th quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the court right now for the Kings, they've got Jonas Valanciunas, Malik Monk out there with Fultz. Then it's Jay Crowder, and it's LaRavia in at the 4 spot. Here's Valanciunas. Shoots over Walker, and a great move by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Kings. Grant for 3. Walker a screen on Monk. Rupert, and it's LaRavia with the rebound. The Kings trail by 7. Fultz with the ball. He's picked up by Walker, and it's the Trailblazers on the break. And a miss there on the triple. Sacramento's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Pass to Rupert. Back to Simons. The 3. Buries it from 3-point range. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for Portland.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
Something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on a turnover. I mean, they're pouncing on that stuff, and you got to be careful when you're handling the ball around them.
Shoots a fader. Rebound by the Kings.
Yeah, I have no idea why he went with the fadeaway there. The defense was nowhere near him, and he should have just kept it simple.
Here's Laravia, guarded by Walker. Sacramento moving it around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Monk with the ball. Now guarded by 8. Here's Valanciunas. Walker with the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 7. Floats it up for Grant. Hammers the alley-oop through.
That is a good option. You could throw that ball just about anywhere. Even the top of the square. Jeremy Grant ripping one off.
Simons kicks it out to Grant. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Sharp, the pass to Williams. And Williams with the stuff.
An unreal athlete. Williams gets off the floor with such ease to power it down.
And Crowder brings it in.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
Pass to Monk. On the wing, Monk. And then Monk with the dunk.
I tell you, Monk can fill it up in a hurry. Well, once he gets on fire, the D knows they're going to be in for a long night.
And so they foul intentionally. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings.
Substitution on the court.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Stolen by Levine. Davis with it. Now Henderson defending. And it's Davis finishing it off.
And such a huge play, guys. I mean, that's a 4-point swing, possibly. Tremendous steal and conversion right there.
Pass to Sharp. Avdia with a screen for Sharp. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The Kings trail by 5. Ball's knocked loose. Out to Henderson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be an over-the-back call here.
And guys, as soon as you start going over and through a rebounder, you're probably going to get whistled for over the back.
Yeah, energy is good, but not smart there trying to go through somebody on that play.
The kick out to Sabonis. No good on the 3. Trailblazers leading by 5. Got a piece of it, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ellis. 1:06 left in the 4th quarter. Henderson passes to Sharp. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal.
Sharp still trying to find some comfort and familiarity at the free throw line. It takes some young guys longer.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Some padding here on the free throw line, some good work.
Levine. Ellis kicks to Levine. Outside, Davis. In the corner, it's Sabonis. Again, the miss by the Kings. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
Here's Sharp. Back to Henderson. And then Henderson with the jam.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. Ellis, the pass to Sabonis. We've got 13 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Stolen by Henderson. And then Henderson with the jam. And now it's an 11-point Portland lead. And so it's Portland winning this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back.
the league's most exciting talent on the floor.
Oh my, man, I am most definitely up for this one. With the athleticism on both sides, there's gonna be no shortage of highlights.
And to look at Minnesota's opening lineup, Conley and Ant are one of the twos. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's McDaniels in at the 3 spot.
Yeah, you see the vision from Henderson. Just a terrific facilitator.
Now here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
And he's playing the game with a certain flair right now.
Oh, he caps off the move with a little hang time on the rim.
Yeah, he's just explosive. I mean, Scoot gets off the ground in a hurry and puts some emphasis on it, too.
For 3, Randle. That one's good. And it's Conley who picks up the assist.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Avdia passes to Henderson. Off target with the 3.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Hey, guys. Well, this year marked the loss of Blazers great, Hall of Famer, and truly a one-of-one, Bill Walton. One of the greatest big men this league has ever seen, known for his incredible passing skills. And off the court, he was just as dedicated to assisting others and making the world a better place. Guys, there is no question Bill Walton will be missed.
His legacy carries on. Okay, Shams, thank you.
Well, Anthony Edwards plays with joy, and you love to see him get his teammates involved. Pretty pass.
Back to Henderson. Knocked loose. Conley with the ball. Now Sharp defending. Edwards, a pass to Conley. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Wow, fearless with defenders all around him. Mike Conley in the paint.
Here's Henderson, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
You know, that's using speed and quickness to combat size. By the time the defense reacts, it's far too late.
Here's Edwards. Portland with a rebound.
Oh, an easy look, but he decides to be a crowd pleaser. I'm sure he's upset for attempting that one.
Sharp, no good. Right side, Edwards. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randle.
Well, Anthony Edwards with that frame on the interior, such a tough check.
The drive by Henderson. Out to the wing. Avdia, screen on Edwards. Sharp, no good. And here's Minnesota now. They're on a 12-4 run. And Edwards slams it in.
This guy is so explosive. Anthony Edwards off the bounce. My goodness.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Blazers on D. They trail by 7. Now Edwards. Conley with the ball. Now Sharp defending. McDaniels passes to Gobert. Just 5 to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Here's Edwards. Williams grabs the board.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
Pass to Henderson. Williams, a screen on Gobert. Here's Kamari. 4-3. And the three-pointer goes.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Thibault, he's checked in for Sharp.
Matisse Thibault.
The Timberwolves lead by 4. Edwards looking it over. No good on the shot. Some solid defense from Williams. Outside Thibault. Off the outside. From behind the arc. Another 3 for Portland.
Hey, this guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Outside Edwards.
and it falls for him. He's now 4 of 7 from the field.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Here's Avdia. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Both teams are hot. Woo! This is a fun one to watch.
Well, you love it when you can get off to a fast start offensively. You hate it, though, when your opponent does the same.
Now here's Randall. Out of bounds. It'll be Portland's ball. And it's a completely new group for the Timberwolves.
Substitution on the court.
Now Portland with it. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Thibault. Henderson outside. With some arc. Kamari, that's good. Kamari's got 5. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play. It goes on Denny Avdia. Minnesota shooting their first free throw this game. Simons outside, shoots over DiVincenzo. No good with the elbow jumper. Anthony Edwards has been on display for Minnesota. 8 points. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. All right, let's quickly break down the game. What we've seen so far from the Timberwolves, guys.
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
On the court for the Timberwolves. Second quarter underway. They've got Miller, Dante DiVincenzo out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then there's Naz Reid, and it's Ingles in at the small forward.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Blazers ball.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
The Blazers have a lot to learn. Coach Chauncey Billups said, I owe it to these players to coach them. The only way I know to do that is with honesty. It's always coming from a good place. Once you know that, then you take it with love. I lead with love. I don't lead with fear. Brian?
That's a Hall of Fame mentality, Allie. He's been in their shoes.
And everybody wants to see what kind of range Sharp has. Looks like the NBA three-point line won't be a problem for him.
Now here's DiVincenzo, still without a bucket. Ingles passes to Miller. And he can't get that one. Walker with some nice D. Portland leading by 4. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a team-first guy, and boy, does he set up the open man.
Ingles from outside. And Ayton pulls it down.
Well, he tries to enter with a 3 of his own and can't do it. You can't get caught up in the one-on-one aspect.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Here's Reid after the basket by Portland. They need this. And the layup is good. Reid's got his first points of the game.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
It's Sharp on the wing, covered by Alexander Walker. And it's Simons missing. Out of bounds. It'll be Trailblazers ball.
Blazers ball.
Trailblazers lead by 7. Pass to Sharp. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Grant, the pass to Walker. Ayton inside. Reid defending. Ayton, no good.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Where was It's the defense. No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets. Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Walker with it. Now Alexander Walker defending. And here's Grant from the arc. Another three for Portland. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
They've also done a really good job taking advantage of miscues. Their defense has been stifling in this one.
And here's Grant from the arc. He drops it from range. Grant's got 12 now in this quarter.
And for so many teams in the NBA, establishing the three-point shot is goal number one on offense. He's definitely doing his part tonight.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Now here's Simons. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game.
You get a sense there of how challenging it is to guard DeAndre Ayton. Gets good position, makes the defense react.
And he makes a first. Blockbuster trades have become more the norm here in the NBA, Grant. Just ask Portland in 2023.
Yeah, the Trailblazers were at the center of some big moves. But that's just how it's done now. Entire teams can be restructured in the process of a single transaction. The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Minnesota shooting their second and third shots at the line here. And it really feels like the chemistry of this Timberwolves team has taken a step forward.
And B.A., you know this. Winning always enhances that energy and chemistry. But beyond that, this is a roster full of players that have had individual success, and now they're hungry and thirsty for team success, because that's the true measure.
The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis. Now here's Sharp. 5 points in the game. Back to Simons. Outside Sharp. Lets the three fly. Hauled in by DiVincenzo.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
Here's Reed. Up and in on the layup. Reed's got 6 here in the quarter.
Well, we see a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting nowadays, but you'll take that look right there any night of the week.
Grant, the pass to Simons. Back to Grant. It'll count. Oh, with the clock running down, he nails a big shot.
Big shot taker, big shot maker.
That is a way to fire him up, fire up the team. What a tremendous play.
And so it's Portland, now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. And it's their three-point accuracy that has helped them build such a healthy lead.
They're measuring up the shot.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. One of the stories here, Jeremy Grant. Man, is he getting it done today.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far, unstoppable.
Williams is out there with Abdia. Then it's Henderson. Then it's Matisse Thybulle. And it's Kamare in at the 3 slot. That's the group starting the second half for Chauncey Billups. Conley up top, defended by Henderson. Edwards against Thybulle. Another shot. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. Thybulle on the wing, defended by Gobert. Back to Henderson for 3. And it's Gobert with a rebound.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Beyond the arc. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Timberwolves trail by 15. There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say, B.A., because his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan.
Up top, Edwards. Covered by Thybulle. Inside! Edwards lays it in.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Avdia, good.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
It's stolen by Henderson. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Ryan, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that. Avdia from outside. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got 5 rebounds tonight. Edwards against Thibault. Edwards, that's good. Edwards got 4 points in the quarter.
I think his teammates understand that Anthony Edwards has every aspect of his offensive game working, so let's make sure he's got the basketball.
And count it. Now 5 for 7.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Henderson's got 13.
Yeah, just a stunning play by Henderson, speeding away all on his own. That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Left side Thibault. And Mike Conley picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. So Portland ends up going with a new group. And this is a star-driven league. But talk about the importance of role players, Grant.
Oh, B.A., a lot of times they're the ones who carry the day. You know what you'll get from your stars, but when the X factor ignites, that can make the difference.
For 3, DiVincenzo. And Ayton pulls it down. Ayton's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Walker. Oh, from deep. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Timberwolves trail by 19. Here's Ingles. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
I'll tell you, this guy recognizes when driving lanes are available. Joe Ingles waits until it opens and then seizes the opportunity.
Ayton on the mark with the 15-footer. And the Trailblazers lead by 19.
Boy, great fadeaway. That's nice touch with a lot of traffic around him.
DiVincenzo can't hit.
Boy, that's the kind of look this offense is designed to create. That's just a tough miss.
Pass to Rupert. The 3 is up. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. Ayton. And the layup falls. He's got 6.
What a fantastic offensive rebounder. Ayton's so good at using his physical advantages.
Nice shot by DiVincenzo. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Rupert. Out to Simons. Takes the 3. Sinks it from distance. Simons has got 6 points.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Here's Miller. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's Portland, continuing to pile it on. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And a look now at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth quarter. Dante DiVincenzo out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then it's Miller, then it's Joe Ingles, and it's Reed in at the 5. Walker against Miller, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
You know, that was an excellent play right there, using his strength to power through contact.
And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Ingles. Anthony Edwards is checked in for Alexander Walker. And Conley subbed in for DiVincenzo. Here's Edwards.
Oh, Anthony Edwards thinks this game is a dunk contest. Go ahead, young sir. What a finish.
Here's Avdia. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
Conley passes to Edwards. A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. Out to the right wing. Back to Thibault. Launches it. Nails it from three. And the Trailblazers lead by 20. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Trailblazers?
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
Pass to Kamari. Three-pointer. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Timberwolves trail by 20. McDaniels passes to Miller. Avdia with a steal. To the inside. Williams misses.
Almost a highlight reel play. Hey, you have to appreciate the effort there.
Miller can't get it to go.
A wasted trip down the floor. That's not a good shot at all.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
Right side Conley. Back to Miller. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. Miller's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, if you want to pinpoint one thing about Mike Conley, it's his feel for the game. That's a pretty pass.
Henderson for three. And Conley grabs the miss.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Outside Edwards. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Randall, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Trailblazers lead by 18. Henderson finds Thibault. Avdia outside.
2 minutes in the game.
Here's Kamari, defended by Gobert. Avdia from outside sends it home from three-point land.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do.
Portland has gone 2 of 6 so far in the fourth. And Mike Conley picks up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands. And so Conley will bring it up for the T-Wolves.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Trailblazers.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And what a huge performance it was for Jeremy Grant.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. With that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
Henderson with it, and it's Gobert picking him up. Here's Kamari. Connects from downtown.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable. Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Avdia outside. Pass to Kamari. Now Thibault. It's Avdia on the wing. Shot clock at 6. And it's all from three-point range. Randall left side. And he's knocked off course by the D. So the foul is called, and he'll shoot free throws.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Free throw drops for Randall.
Tomorrow. Second personal foul, second team foul.
And Randall drops them both. They're enjoying a sizable lead.
And what I like, BA, they haven't stopped pressing the issue.
Now here's Henderson. Fires from way.
These teams love sharing the wealth out there.
And you gotta love it, Kevin. As a player, it's always great to see a team functioning as a unit. Fans love to see everyone get involved.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Conley and Edwards are the guards. Mike Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's McDaniels in at the 3 spot.
And showing he can make plays for others. Edwards moving it with conviction.
A shot by Sabonis. Nobody around. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And how about that move? Pat Conley adjusting around the contact to get the finish. Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Here's Randall. Sacramento grabs the miss.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
Levine kicks to Sabonis. Sabonis' screen on Edwards. Levine against McDaniel. Wide open look here for Murray. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
And you like Murray as a spot-up shooter. Knows where to park himself and always ready to receive the pass.
And the basket by Edwards.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You will gladly take those.
Edwards against Levine. Outside for Murray. Shot clock at 6. Launches it. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 3 assists in the game. And Richard, you look back, Zach LaVine has been one of those microwave-type players. He can get hot in a blink of an eye.
Zach LaVine is one of those players that when he catches fire, there is nothing you can do about it. He can score from deep, multiple level score. When he gets going, ooh, it could be a problem.
Knocked loose, stolen by McDaniels. To the inside, Gobert, and finished off by Gobert.
And the slam, if Rudy gets that ball anywhere near the rim, he is going to finish it.
Sabonis with the ball. Now defended by Randall. Murray, the pass to Sabonis. Davis kicks to Murray. Ellis dishes to Levine. Just 5 to shoot. Puts the move on. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Here's Randall over Ellis. And there's Randall on the assist by Gobert.
You know, they like Randall to be an offensive presence in the paint. They want him to be an option on every possession.
And Levine throws it down.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home right there. Randall kicks to Edwards. Oh, my goodness. What a play.
Oh, my. What a huge flush by Edwards, showing off right now.
Here's Ellis going inside. Plays it up and banks it in. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Sacramento's head coach gave me a few minutes. And we talked about the tall task of facing Anthony Edwards. Coach said he is so physical. Ant looks more like a linebacker than a wing, so we can't foul Edwards too much. That's playing right into his hands. So we'll try to play him tight without sending him to the line. Not easy to do. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thanks. Gobert with a wide open look. And Sabonis pulls it down. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Gobert pulls it in. Timberwolves trail. Pass to Edwards. It's tipped. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Randall passes to Conley. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Conley's got 6.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Edwards. No good from 11 feet. Levine kicks to Sabonis. 3-pointer. Zach LaVine hits from deep. He's got 5. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams rip. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And for the Kings, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
They're playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. They've got Reed. Joe Ingles is out there with Miller. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Alexander Walker in a two-guard.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. Off target from three-point range. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals line.
DeRozan making his presence felt at the rim.
Timberwolves trail by 3. DiVincenzo passes to Reed. Miller kicks to Reed. Here's Ingles. To Alexander Walker. 5 on the clock. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Traps in the tray. DiVincenzo's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Monk outside. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. On the wing, Ingles. Defended by Crowder. Offensive rebound. Kings have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Carter kicks to DeRozan. Goes up on the top of the key. And he hits the jumper for 2. DeRozan's got 4 points this quarter.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. Able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Back to Reed. Offline with his 3.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
Here's Alexander Walker. It's stolen by Valanciunas, and they're moving it up. And DeRozan at the basket on the assist by Carter. DeRozan's got the lead up to 4 now for Sacramento. Here's Miller. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Carter, the best of Valanciunas. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. And the Kings lead by 6. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
Carter sets the pick for DeRozan. And good that time. DeRozan's got 8 points. Timberwolves trail by 5. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Kings?
Oh boy, they've been driving deep into that defense early on, and it's paid off. Great penetration from the perimeter so far.
And they're also hitting that mid-range shot at a high clip. A big key will be to continue that success throughout.
Pass to Carter. Monk outside. Clock at 6. Out to Carter. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Shot by Crowder, no good. Timberwolves trail by 3. Alexander Walker passes to Reed. Back to Alexander Walker. Down low. And Reed throws it down.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
It's DeRozan with the drive.
He's been doing that since he first came into the league. DeRozan, his ability to get to the rack at will is unmatched.
Here's DiVincenzo. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
DeRozan, 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
And it's hard to believe that DeRozan's offense only continues to get stronger. And in this one, he's really showing us what he can do.
Alexander Walker finds Miller. No good. That would have tied it. Push it up, 4 on 3. A wide open look here for DeRozan. And so it's DeMar DeRozan making highlights for Sacramento. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Back to the action in just a minute.
31. Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shots. Drums, please. They're thinking about the shots.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
The post pair for him will be Murray and Sabonis. Levine is out there with Ellis, and it's Davis in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. Kicks it out to Ellis. King's moving the ball around. Murray looking around. Over Conley. Murray, no good.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Outside for Randall. Off target from outside. Kings leading now by 4. Right side Sabonis. In the corner, it's Levine. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Levine's got 7 points.
Cutting to the rim with ease. Levine's quick first step and explosiveness is hard to contain.
Conley finds Gobert. Randall outside. To the left wing. Conley the pass to Gobert. Here's Edwards. It counts, and the foul. It's going to go on Sabonis. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
For the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards. 1 shot. The play is under video review under NBA rules.
Original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And, Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
A new lineup here for the Timberwolves. Hey, RJ, what about Keegan Murray? He made the immediate impact in the NBA as a rookie, setting a record for three-point shots made, and he has continued to build on it.
A bit of a surprise as the 4th overall pick in the 2020 draft. Murray was the right fit. Big part of Sacramento ending that 17-year playoff drought.
Here's Alexander Walker. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Levine dishes to Ellis. Sabonis kicks to Levine. Good on the three-point shot. Levine's got the lead up to 7 now for Sacramento.
How about the confidence that Levine has? Feels like he can take these shots whenever he wants.
Alexander Walker passes to Ingles. And it goes down 2 points. Ingles has got 5 now.
I just love when teams make it work down low.
Murray outside. A three-pointer off the mark. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Pass to DiVincenzo. Banked in off the glass. 9 points in the game so far.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Sabonis' screen on Ingles. Davis kicks to Sabonis. It's tipped. And they're pushing it up. Here's Alexander Walker. He draws iron on the dunk. Ellis outside. Murray sets a screen for Ellis. Latre. And it's Murray. That time on the assist by Ellis. Murray's got a pair of threes now here in the third for Sacramento. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And we've got a lineup change here for Sacramento. Pass to Alexander Walker. To the right side. And the wide open shot from Reed. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Monk left side. And the three off target. Timberwolves trail by 6. Miller finds Reed. Driving to the basket. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Monk outside. Carter, the pass to Monk. Carter sets the pick for Monk. And then Monk with the dunk.
And it's just easy to love the energy with which Monk plays. Whenever he's close to the rim, he is looking to make a statement.
Crowder with the steal. And so it's the Sacramento Kings holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the... And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Sacramento leading by 8. So on the floor for Minnesota. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Julius Randle is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the point. Monk outside. Out to the right wing. Here's Valanciunas. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Edwards inside. Monk defending. McDaniels kicks to Randle. Yep, that one goes. Randle's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for Minnesota.
And the defense cannot underestimate Randle's strength. Pushes right through the contact and gets the shot.
Monk, no one around him. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. And the Kings lead by 9. Randle against Valanciunas. And finished off by Gobert.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope. His only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Davis finds Murray. Back to Davis. Puts up a deep 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Edwards inside. Davis is there. Out that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut to just 5 on the basket from Edwards.
And he's a true inside-out threat. Edwards wants to score from everywhere on the floor.
Davis, the pass to Murray. Davis with a screen on Randall. Here's Murray. Up and in on the layup.
And look at the inside presence already for Murray. It'll be fun to watch this young man grow.
Ellis against Edwards. Great defense that time from Ellis. Kings leading now by 7. Left side, Sabonis. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone.
Getting good position as always. Sabonis going to town. Love his footwork in there.
Here's Randall. Good on the shot.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Ellis wide open. Off target with his 3. Timberwolves trail by 7. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. It's good from long range. Edwards got 5 points now in the quarter.
Such a gutsy player. Edwards wants to be the guy taking big shots.
Levine can't hit. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. McDaniels kicks to Gobert. Randall surveying the knee. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Ellis.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
There's Levine, and the jam by Levine.
I don't know where you've been, but everybody else knows that Zach LaVine, this man is an aerial artist. He makes the hardest dunks look so easy.
Here's Edwards. Edwards loves it in there.
And he is built to be the man for this team. Edwards answering the bell and executing.
Screen by Sabonis. On the arc. That shot is off. Timberwolves trail by 4. Conley with it. Now guarded by Murray. For 3, Edwards. Counts. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
ICE. Ice. He has absolute ice in his veins. This guy lives for these moments.
Ellis, the pass to Levine.
And when Gobert is playing with this kind of aggression on that end, there aren't many better at defending. And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game time.
And you'll never see Randall back down in a big moment. He's looking to be the guy when they need a bucket.
And the free throw, no good. Murray outside. Kicks it out to Ellis. Pass to Levine. Murray right side. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And here's Davis for 3. No good there. And so it's Sacramento who scraped by with the win. One-ish. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the deal with the dice and me
looking for answers.
would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions, but tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. All right, let's check out the starting lineup for the Trailblazers. Scoot and Sharp for the backcourt set. Avdia out there with Williams. And it's Kamare in at the 3 spot. Here's Kamare. Here's Sharp. Williams, a screen on Davis. Three-pointer Sharp. It's rebounded by Sabonis. And so Murray will bring it up for Sacramento. Davis. Counted.
Nice ball move. Good job by Murray to recognize the situation and create the wide open look.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw. And the Kings have held tough. But it seems like the West has gotten tougher, Grant.
Well, what's the saying? If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And the Kings have to find that next level.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I had a chance to catch up with Sacramento's head coach. I asked which end of the floor Robert Williams was scarier on, and coach said, I'm definitely afraid of him as a defender. I told my guys to be very careful when going up against him. Stick with it, try to draw the fouls off him as much as you can. So the plan is to turn Williams' aggressive defense against him if possible, B.A.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Now here's Henderson. Avdia, left side. Here's Williams. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Sabonis' shot is off. Portland has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Henderson, the pass to Avdia. To the middle. Oh, Sabonis with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Sacramento. Here's Levine for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Levine's got 5.
Out on the floor, Levine can really move. He keeps the fast break one step ahead of the defense.
Tipped. Pass to Kamare. Back to Sharp. And he's going for the lob. And that's going to be a travel.
Kings ball.
The Kings have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Ellis passes to Murray. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Murray, a screen on Williams. Oh, Williams with the block. And it's out of bounds to Sacramento. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Outside Davis. Avdia pulls it in. Blazers trail by 6. Here's Kamare. Hits the trifecta.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And it's Levine with the ball for the Kings. Count it. All 3 of his attempts have gone in.
Proving once again, Levine is not all dunks and threes.
Henderson drives in. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And that's the sauce right there. I mean, every night, Levine approaches the rim like it's a dunk contest.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Now here's Murray. Still no points. Outside Davis. Oh, sweet move. Levine with room to shoot. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it. It's good.
And Levine knows he has the green light to take these shots, and his confidence is really impressive.
Outside Sharp. Fires the 3. That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts.
I mean, I guess they're willing to give him that shot. They may want to rethink that strategy, though.
Davis, the pass to Ellis.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Kings.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And another thing they've done is look to shoot from the mid-range often. So far, it's really paying off for them. There's so much energy when Henderson is on the floor.
Davis, the pass to Levine. 36 seconds left in the first. It's good.
Great to see players still working the in-between areas. There wasn't much resistance defensively.
The drive by Henderson. Avdia from outside. Rebound by Sacramento. 20 seconds left now in the first quarter. Here's Levine. And Sacramento again with the bucket.
Yeah, this is an unbelievable performance from Levine. His offensive skill set is amazing.
And he gets the bucket.
Boy, oh boy. Both teams lighting it up to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their team.
Zach LaVine, he's been the guy making things happen for the Sacramento Kings. He was... And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, for the Kings, what jumps out at you stat-wise?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Yeah, they've dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
So the Trailblazers 5 right now. We've got Anthony Simons, Walker out there with Jeremy Grant. Then it's DeAndre Ayton, and it's Rupert in at the 2-guard. Pass to Monk, lets it go from deep. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Well, the truth is, Stan, you lose a franchise legend like Damian Lillard, it really changes your identity.
Oh, it does, Brian. Their offense ran through Lillard for over a decade. Last year was almost a total reset. Now someone has to step up and be that guy.
And talk about big boy muscle. Valanciunas just outworking the defense and capitalizing as well.
Sacramento shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. Stan, you were a longtime coach in the NBA, one of the most demanding jobs on the planet. Just how much is required time-wise from an NBA coach?
Well, it's a lot of time. I mean, it's all day, every day, 7 days a week in season. But look, let's put it in perspective. It's not like we're out there running a jacket.
Now that's a visual I'd like to see from you, Coach. Here's Monk. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2. Blazers trail by 7. Simons outside. Pass to Grant. Back to Simons. Grant outside. The 3. Portland, no good that time either. Sacramento leading by 7. Monk with it. Picked up by Grant. Valanciunas passes to Lyles. Puts one up from 19. Valanciunas can't get it to go.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look. Just couldn't find the mark.
Simons passes to Walker. Here's Ayton. He tries for 3. Good. And it's Walker who picks up the assist. Ayton's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Monk. Valanciunas sets a screen. The 3 is up. And the basket by Monk. And the Kings lead by 7.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
You know, depending on where Jeremy Grant's been, he's filled a lot of different roles. He's been asked to be the alpha or the second option or even a role player. But whatever it is, he's always willing to do whatever it takes to help the team.
And the basket by Monk. Monk's got 7 now in this quarter. And it's Simons with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. Fires for 3. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here. Pass to Monk, out to the right wing. Lyles, another three for Sacramento.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high percentage looks.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc.
On the break. Back to Simons. Pass to Rupert. On the wing, Simons. The kick out to Walker. Just 5 on the clock. Another three for Portland.
Well, clearly some sort of defensive breakdown there. He is not the kind of guy you give room to at the arc.
Right side, Monk. Lyles, the pass to Valanciunas. On the wing, Crowder. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Blazers trail by 3. 55 seconds left to play in the half. Marked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Sacramento ball.
Sacramento has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Walker against Monk. Pass to Lyles. From down in the low post, it goes. Lyles has got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
Watch out. DeAndre Ayton coming through.
Fultz passes to Valanciunas. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
Sacramento shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. That one's off.
At the line for 2, Markelle Fultz.
And he's good on the second. Blazers trail by 4. Oh, deflected. And it's going to be out of bounds. Portland will have another go.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
He was all alone on that one.
3 points.
And it's Fultz off the drive.
Trailblazers foul.
He shot 2 free throws in the game. Made 1 and missed 1.
13.
The free throw drops for Fultz.
At the line for your Kings, Markelle.
And Fultz drops them both. Just 4 seconds left in the first half. And here's Simons outside. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Sacramento on top, leading by 3. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shots. Give me a beat. They're measuring up the shots.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Boy, Zach LaVine has been sensational.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
The duo inside, it's Murray and Sabonis. Then there's Davis, then there's Zach LaVine, and it's Ellis in at the point. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Pass to Kamari. 6 to shoot, back to Sharp. Now here's Avdia for the tie. Davis for the rebound.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
To the paint. Here's Murray. To the wing, right side. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
Well, Stanley was a 5-time All-Star. Chauncey Billups, just 1 year as an assistant before becoming a head coach.
Yeah, but Brian, Chauncey Billups was a guy that even when he was a player and then as a broadcaster, always thought like a head coach.
Here's Levine for 3. His first miss, making him 7 for 8. It's Sharp with the drive. No luck on that one. Levine with some nice D. The Kings lead by 3. Pass to Murray. Outside for Davis. And here's Sabonis. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got 3 assists tonight. Now Avdia. And that one drops for him. Avdia's got his second bucket on the night.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Tipped. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Henderson for 3. Buries it from 3. It's a tie ball game.
Yeah, he's so quick to react. Henderson has the shot lined up before the ball even gets to him. Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
And so Davis will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Levine passes to Murray. Levine against Henderson. Second chance effort. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. For the lead. And the play by Sharp as he finishes it off for 2. Sharp's got 5 points.
And his athleticism is big for Sharp in the post. And he can finish with either hand as well. So he'll get a lot of points down low there in his career.
Drops in the 3. And Stan, you got into coaching right after college. When did you know you wanted to be a coach?
Brian, that's easy. As soon as I figured out that I didn't have much of a future as a player, I knew I wanted to stay involved in the game. I wanted to coach.
Here's Sabonis. And there's a 3-second violation. And the Kings going with a whole new group out there.
Substituting on the court.
The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 8 in the third. Valanciunas with a rebound. Sacramento has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Outside for Fultz. Hey, from beyond the arc. And the Kings with another 3.
Kick to the outside. Heads up play. Cognizant of the entire floor.
And here's Grant from the arc. Rebound by Sacramento. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds in the game. Inside. Here's Crowder. Outside for Fultz. Lyles a screen. Throws it down. And the official calls a foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to be on DeAndre Ayton. And the former #1 overall pick in 2017. Obviously, Markelle Fultz had some upside, Coach.
Yeah, Brian, unfortunately, people tend to judge you by what your draft position was. The bottom line is, this guy is a solid player, a good rebounder and playmaker. He can score in the paint, and he just continues to get better.
Simons. And miss after miss right now.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
These are his first free throws of the game. The first free throw is good.
Shooting for Sacramento.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. There's 38 seconds left in the third. And here's Grant from the arc. Drains the triple. Grant's got 6 points.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest.
Valanciunas down low. Working on Walker. Up top, Monk. He has 7. Down low. Oh, got a piece of it. Walker with a steal. And here's Grant from the arc. And again. And it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Quick shooting from Grant. He gets it and takes it. It's just that easy for him sometimes.
Fultz passes to Valanciunas. Shoots over Ayton. And Valanciunas with the bucket on the assist by Fultz.
And since the halftime break, their offense has just been on another level.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half.
And so it's Sacramento finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. More 2K action in just a moment. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Taking a look at the Trailblazers. They've got DeAndre Ayton, Jeremy Grant out there with Walker. Then there's Anthony Simons, and it's Rupert in at the shooting guard position. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
I mean, with his height and size, stopping Valanciunas just isn't an option sometimes. What a jam.
Well, he's got the green light in that situation. They want him taking that shot, even if he didn't get it to go.
Tries again. Here's the second effort. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off. There's Simons with a 3. Portland, no good that time either. The Kings lead by 13. Walker with a steal. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Grant. Valanciunas with a rebound. Valanciunas has got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Walker against Crowder. Outside for Fultz. High arcing shot. And the layup is up and in. And the Kings lead by 15.
Such a graceful move, showing off the floater game.
The 3 from Ayton knocks it down from distance. Sacramento has gotten 7 of 12 three-point attempts to fall. Here's Fultz. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. The kick out to Walker. 4-3. Rebound by Sacramento. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And a new group getting ready for the Kings. Sabonis, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Murray comes in for Lyles. Levine, he's checked in for Crowder. And Ellis is subbed in for Fultz. Here's Henderson. Ooh, he's locked in. Drains his 5th shot in as many attempts.
Yeah, very efficient shooter from inside the arc. Henderson can beat you in a plethora of ways.
Pass to Ellis. Back to Levine. Shot from the wing. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
A shot Levine can make work. I mean, he'll just exploit whatever gap he finds in the defense.
The Kings lead by 16.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
And there are the Kings with another bucket.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Sharp passes to Avdia. Shoots from the baseline. That one drops for him.
Growing his passing game. Sharp knows being able to reliably create for others will really round out his skill set.
Outside Monk. On the wing, Levine. And that doesn't go either for Levine. Blazers trail by 16.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Kings.
Offensively, they made the most of their trips.
They found multiple ways to score consistently, and a little luck doesn't hurt them either. They also got some nice bounces off the rim tonight, too.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Zach LaVine.
The scoring effort from him, unreal. Carrying this team, I mean, he was amazing tonight.
Well, maybe not the shot they were looking for there, but the defense gave it to him, and he knocked it down.
You know, Zach LaVine is so energetic out there on the floor. You gotta love a guy who consistently plays at a very high effort level like that.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Portland has gone 2 of 6 so far in the fourth. Three-pointer Sharp. Rebound by Sacramento. Outside LaVine. On target from range. And the Kings lead by 19.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on him.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Sharp against LaVine. And so here's Sacramento. Ellis passes to Monk. On the wing, LaVine. Pass to Ellis. And it's good. Credit LaVine with the assist.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
On the wing, LaVine. And the Kings with another 3.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
So it's the Kings winning this one easily. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One
front court, Gray.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. We've got Matisse Thybulle. Williams is out there with Avdia. Then it's Henderson. And it's Kamare in at the 3 slot.
Oh, just an excellent feel for the game. Scoot Henderson understands how offense is played.
Conley against Henderson, and he banks in the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Avdia. Henderson kicks to Avdia. Thybulle for 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
Well, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually, he's money from deep.
Here's Edwards. Out to Conley. Avdia with the rebound. Clark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. And I know that's 3, but I wanted to give you 3 different words I can use to describe it. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism. Rocking him right off the floor. Explosive jam by McDaniel.
Pass to Avdia. Here's Kamare. Jacks up a 3. And another 3 for Portland.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Edwards drives in.
Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards. Love to see you operate like that.
Avdia, the pass to Thybulle. Stolen by McDaniels. Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
What a nice burst. Randall changing ends like a guard that time.
And another turnover here by Portland.
Boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced error.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And the points coming for them now, Greg, in bunches.
And we're seeing what a high-octane offense should look like.
Edwards, good. Edwards got his second bucket tonight.
Edwards just doesn't allow defenders to bottle him up. Great focus and persistence.
Trailblazers moving the ball around. back to Williams. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Outside for Randall. We've got 1:55 left here in the opening quarter. It's good.
Showing quickness off the dribble, something that separates Randall from most other power forwards.
Portland trailing here. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked out, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. Here's Henderson. Michael Conley making his last shot. Avdia finds Williams. Now Thibault. Pass to Avdia. Shot clock at 6. Over Randall. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Now the Timberwolves with it. They're on a 10-2 run here. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Conley with it. Now Henderson defending. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert.
This is Gobert's comfort zone, using his size to capitalize down there.
Out to the wing. Thibault with the ball. Hasn't made one yet. Henderson, no good. Outside Conley. With 1 on the clock. And it's good. Hold on. Going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And the NBA replay center in Secaucus is queuing it up, and even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Minnesota on top as they end the first quarter on a 12-4 run. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
They've been so aggressive, going strong at the defense, looking to score off of that penetration.
One other factor today, points off turnover. I mean, let's see if they can keep up the pressure, capitalize off more forced miscues.
Miller is out there with Naz Reid. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Joe Ingles. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Miller, no luck. Portland's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. That puts them in the lead. Grant's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Man, it's nice to see Grant work his jump shot. I mean, if the defense is going to give it to him, he doesn't have any issue taking it, and he should because he's a reliable shooter.
Here's Simons. Got a hand on it. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Still yet to score. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. And Clark, here's a great guy to have in the rotation. Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Loved him in college. Loved his versatility, and I thought it would translate nicely to the NBA. Took him a minute to find his rhythm, but he's got great length, which makes him versatile defensively, and he can play with just about anybody because he's got good all-around offensive skills. Boy, the upside DiVincenzo has is obvious. I mean, now it's up to him to continue working on his game and keep getting better.
For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
To the middle, here's Grant. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
The superb work ethic of Grant. My, what a nice, soft touch inside.
He has to read from deep. And it's Portland with the rebound. Outside, Simons. Grant outside. Three-pointer. The offensive rebound. This one for 3. And there's Simons on the assist by Ayton. And it's a 3-point Trailblazer lead for Minnesota. They've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Alexander Walker on the wing. Pass to DiVincenzo. And stolen by Simons. And Walker with a clear path to the hoop. The shot by Sharp. Nobody around. And again, it's Portland with the 3. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Blazers?
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
And something else they've done well tonight is finding points in transition. So far, the fast break has been a plus for them.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
And it's Miller with the jam.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent pass.
Kicks it out to Grant. Over Ingles. No good from Grant.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
And Miller throws it down hard.
Good find that time by DiVincenzo, an unselfish player always looking to make the extra pass.
Ayton, the pass to Grant. From the top of the key. Ingles with the rebound.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. To be out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And Ayton throws it down.
And it's the way Ayton uses his body inside. It's what allows him to get so close to the basket.
That one goes in. DiVincenzo's got 7 now in this quarter.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. They get a hand on it. Here's Simons. And the slam dunk by Simons.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Miller.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Walker with a clean, what a play, simply trains it in at the buzzer.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
What was really impressive there, though, guys, was that he could have rushed it and panicked it, yet he kept his cool and splashed it.
And that'll do it for the first half, a competitive game so far. It's the Trailblazers leading by 4. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. One of the stories here, and Bernie Simons getting it done today.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
On the floor for Portland, we've got Henderson. Avdia out there with Rob Williams. Then there's Matisse Thybulle. And it's Kamare in at the 3, the small forward. Basket good. Conley's got 6.
Right there, Conley working his magic inside. He is crafty near the rack.
Yep, that one goes in there. Henderson's got the lead up to 7 now for Portland.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. Here's McDaniels. A special move before the shot.
Strong work inside by the 6'9" Jaden McDaniels, showing how effective he can be down there.
And finished off by Avdia.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
High post, Gobert. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall. Gobert's got his second bucket of the night.
Unselfish, good vision, nice dime by Julius.
Henderson outside. Outside, Avdia. Sinks the triple. Avdia's got 5 points now this quarter.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
Thibault up top, defended by Gobert. Fires from deep. Thibault can't get it to go. Timberwolves trail by 8. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Edwards got 7.
Nice smooth three-point shot by Edwards there. Boy, he's got confidence from behind the arc.
Pass to Kamare. Portland moving the ball over. From downtown, Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Henderson left side. Here's Williams, and he uses the glass on the lane. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
You know, when Williams gets positioned inside, he just looks to dominate physically, and then he shows you the skill set on top of it.
Randall kicks to McDaniel. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall. He has 6.
Basically just ignored that contact inside. Really tough finish by McDaniel.
Thibault can't get it to go. For Minnesota, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Anthony Edwards is a classic 2-guard. Clark, a spectacular player. What has impressed you most about his development?
Well, he's got a great body. He had it when he got into the league after just 1 year of college. Tremendous basketball body, strength and length and bounce. Now he's worked on refining his skill. I think the biggest thing that's impressed me is not only his work ethic, but his poise. He's not a guy that plays frantically. He plays with intentionality and purpose, and that's a tough thing to do when you've got his athletic ability and you're as young as he is.
And the wide open shot from Avdia gets the 3-pointer to fall. And now an 8-point Trailblazer lead.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
DiVincenzo passes to Reed. Miller kicks to DiVincenzo. Back to Miller. Rebound by Williams. Trailblazers leading by 8. Henderson attacking. And then Henderson with the jam.
Explosive in every way. The quick first step, and then you see the hop.
DiVincenzo finds Alexander Walker. Fast break. Here we go. There's the lob to Avdia.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And it's Miller in the corner to halt the run. Good D by Williams. Well, a careless foul, and he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
You have to avoid fouls like that. As a defender, challenge the three-point shooter, but run by him, not into him.
And he nails the third. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Miller, Dante DiVincenzo. He's out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then it's Naz Reid, and it's Ingles in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Oh, and slam it down!
Takeoff! Oh, my goodness!
Did you see that?
How did he do that?
Oh, man!
Oh!
Pass to Simons for the 3. Reid with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 16 and stolen by Ayton. Walker finds Ayton. Now here's Grant. Shoots over Reid. No good from Grant.
Look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
And Miller throws it down hard.
You make your teammates better by giving them good passes. That one was perfect.
Ayton in the corner. Outside, Walker. Pass to Sharp. And Simons wide open. He'll fire. Drills it from outside.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Strong over to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Stole it. Now Reid. And he drives in, and Reid throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Simons, the pass to Ayton. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. No one covered. And the Trailblazers lead by 18. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Trailblazers?
Really a great job in this one, forcing the issue defensively. Great quickness and discipline combined, making ball handlers very uncomfortable.
And they've also not only created turnovers tonight, but converted on them. All game long, that strategy has been paying off. And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And it's off from three-point range. Minnesota's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. The Trailblazers on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. And Walker kicks to Simons. Again, Simons missing. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter.
Put a little extra on that.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time.
Not when he can throw it down like that. Boom!
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Trailblazers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Anfernee Simons.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
And it's a completely new lineup for Minnesota. Portland's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. And that one's good by Henderson.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Here's Avdia. Misses the three.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Rising up for the throwdown. Major hops from Edwards.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Stolen by McDaniels. And here's the break. All alone. Avdia with the rebound. Portland in total control. Well, this one is winding down now. Portland can watch the clock run out. Henderson against Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
This is where Gobert likes to park himself, right around the rack.
Avdia on the wing. Over Edwards. Missed. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna
BA, that these guys are coming in and not thinking about that very same thing. These guys want to test each other tonight, and you wonder, whoever gets the best of the other guy, will that elevate the next couple weeks of play for them in terms of their confidence? So a big man battle. Let's keep a close eye on it.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. The duo inside, it's Murray and Sabonis. Then it's Terrence Davis. Then there's Zach LaVine, and it's Ellis in at the 1 spot. And here's the fast break. Here's Randall, and it's Randall with the jam.
Impactful when Randall can get out wide and run like that in a fast break.
Outside LaVine. Tick by Murray. LaVine with room to shoot. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And you look at the Kings, Brent. They've had several name changes over the years of their franchise.
Yeah, before becoming the Sacramento Kings, they were the Rochester Royals, and then the Cincinnati Royals, and then the Kansas City Kings, and then all of a sudden, let's get to the West Coast, and here comes the state capital of Sacramento. It's not really affected the winning, though, has it, BA?
And just over a minute played here to start the game. Shot clock at 6. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul of the game.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
Davis with a screen on Edwards. LaVine passes to Sabonis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Davis. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. Here's McDaniels. That one's good, and it's Conley who picks up the assist.
Can you say natural leader? Conley is especially effective at running the offense and involving his teammates through his passing.
Yep, that one's good.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And down it goes. 2 points.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Randall outside to the middle. Here's Gobert, and the jam by Gobert.
An awesome athlete. It's fun watching Gobert get up and hammer it down with force.
Murray, a screen on Edwards. Right side Murray. Pass to Sabonis. Now LaVine, guarded by Edwards. Picked by Murray. And LaVine, here we go. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Woo! Choosing electric speed. LaVine just relishes the opportunity to drive through the defense.
And Minnesota with possession here. And he drives in. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh my, Edwards looking to demoralize the defense a little with that one.
Murray, a screen on Edwards. Oh, and the jam by LaVine.
And that's the sauce right there. I mean, every night, LaVine approaches the rim like it's a dunk contest.
Randall against Murray. Randall, pass to Edwards. Outside for Randall. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Conley. Here's McDaniels. Comes up empty down low.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Outside Davis. And here's Sabonis outside. And it's Gobert with a rebound. The Timberwolves have gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall. When we talk about the top players in the league, Brent, Domantas Sabonis can get overlooked.
You wonder if the record was a little bit better last year for the Kings, where he might have finished in the MVP voting, because this guy led the league in rebounding, and he put up 8 assists per game. So top 10 in MVP, that could have moved up a little bit with a winning record. He is a legitimate star at his position.
A cagey scorer on the inside. Conley has the smarts, and he has the skill.
Pass to Ellis. Back to Levine. Over Edwards. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Levine's got 10 points in the game. The Timberwolves have gone 6 of 9 and finding their rhythm now. Randall, good.
Yeah, Randall does a good job. His frame alone helps to create some space. Just with a little pivot there, able to find a way to score.
Levine passes to Sabonis. Floats one up. Shot by Levine, no good. Here's Edwards on the take. Ellis with a rebound. Good if it goes. He knocks it down.
The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
Looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time or not?
And there's really plenty of time remaining in this game, so you want to
tie game and some big points being put on the board as we wrap up the first. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
We all know good ball movement is what most coaches harp on, and their passing's been excellent so far.
Everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
Miller is out there with Naz Reid. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Joe Ingles. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 2. So that's the lineup from Minnesota.
Well, he wanted to keep that shot from getting blocked, but in the process, he gave it no chance of going in because of how unbalanced he was on the fade.
And out of bounds, Sacramento will have it.
Hurts to see that kind of mistake. Coach is going to be on him about that one.
Kings trail by 3. Here's Fultz. And he goes in for the dunk.
Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Pass to Lyles. Fultz with it. Brent, something we've all noticed lately. Is the small ball era starting to wind down?
Well, B.A., I think in people's minds when you say small ball, they're thinking about 6 foot, 6'1" guys on the court. That's not what we're talking about. It's a skilled game, and I don't think the small ball skilled game is going anywhere anytime soon. And DiVincenzo with a head of steam. Man, he got up.
Here's Fultz. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Valanciunas passes to DeRozan. Shoots over Ingles. Ingles against DeRozan. Clock at 6. Over to the wing. Here's Lyles. And the 3 off target. The Timberwolves lead by 3. Pass to Ingles. Back to Alexander Walker. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. For Sacramento, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to go in. Now Monk. Now here's Valanciunas. Ingles defending. Valanciunas, good.
And punishing inside. Valanciunas getting room to do damage.
Steps back. Here's DiVincenzo. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's on Markelle Fultz. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Minnesota?
You figured they might want to come out and run, and it's been the key for them early. They're just feasting on fast break chances.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession. So you get a steal and you can get out in transition. They seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
Monk into the lane, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Woo! BA, that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good.
That's one of the toughest shots in the NBA to stop. And if Dante's able to pull up consistently like that, it's going to open up some things offensively.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Left side Ingles. That one goes. Counting. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
Dante DiVincenzo with a real nice team first play.
Here's Fultz. Pass to Lyles. Now here's Monk. There's a minute 47 left in the second. DeRozan outside. They set the pick. DeRozan dribble drive. Gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
I love how he takes good angles on drives to the rim. DeRozan has a nice fluidity to his game.
To the left side wing. Monk with a steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And DeRozan with the basket on the assist by Fultz. DeRozan's got his 3rd basket on the night right there. Outside, DiVincenzo. Rejected by Valanciunas.
Great anticipation as Valanciunas got to that ball and just swatted it away.
Deflects the pass. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Lyles a screen. Tipped away. Minnesota's gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the second. Here's Alexander Walker. Pass to Miller. DeRozan with the rebound. And it's DeRozan with the ball for Sacramento. Monk with it. Jacks up a 3. Sinks the tray. And it's a 3-point Sacramento lead.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
The 3, DiVincenzo. Rebound by Sacramento. And here's Monk. 5 points in the game. Gets it off. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Kings ahead, up by 3. And time now for the halftime break with the 3rd quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Zach LaVine with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Taking a look at the Kings, the duo inside. It's Murray and Sabonis. Then there's Zach LaVine. Then it's Terrence Davis, and it's Ellis in at the point. The 17-footer. Edwards, no good. The Kings lead by 3. Here's Ellis. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
Oh, yeah, his teammates love that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about it when he gets to the huddle. Tried to show off just a little bit there, but ultimately didn't work out. You know, he's going to get a few stares from his coaching staff and probably his teammates in the next huddle.
LaVine finds Murray. Back to LaVine. Let's go with a 3. Rebound Minnesota. Gobert with it. Checked by Murray. Gobert passes to Randall. Outside McDaniels. Here's Gobert. McDaniels inside. He's against Murray. McDaniels, that's good. McDaniels got his second bucket.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Sabonis' shot is off. Timberwolves trail by 3. Left side, Edwards. Takes it inside. Rebounded. Domantas Sabonis. Sabonis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Levine for 3. Oh, the long-range prowess of Levine.
And Levine knows he has the green light to take these shots, and his confidence is really impressive.
Conley passes to Edwards. The kick out to Conley. And he banks in the layup. Conley's got his second basket of the night.
All the way to the bucket, no resistance, just swipe the candy from him.
They kick it out to Murray. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Levine. And the Kings lead by 7.
Yeah, this is the kind of confidence you love seeing. Murray not thinking twice at all about firing away. And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
You got to keep that head up, and Levine knows that. Able to hit his man in stride there.
Here's Randall. There's the drive. Misses from close range. The Kings lead by 6. Here's Levine for 3. McDaniels with the rebound. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 7 here in this third quarter. It's tipped. Here's Ellis. Checked by Randall. Murray scanning the floor. From downtown, Murray, good from way out.
Early on in his NBA career, Murray showing he's a capable shooter.
Minnesota's gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, there are some players who felt the 65-game requirement for postseason awards was too high. The NBA's executive VP and head of operations, Joe Dumars, said, quote, "You're still allowed to miss 20% of the season. People pay to go, and they want to see their stars play." Brian, it's all about the fans.
True enough, Allie, thanks. And it's a completely new group for the Timberwolves. Timberwolves trail by 10. On the wing, Alexander Walker. Monk covers. And it's Alexander Walker penetrating. Banked it in off the glass. Alexander Walker's got his first basket. Sacramento has gone 3 of 7 from deep so far in the third quarter. Fultz against DiVincenzo. Fultz passes to Monk. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Alexander Walker. And he hammers it home to polish off the break.
I like what I saw on both ends that time. Hustling on defense to create some offense.
Here's Lyles. That one falls. Nice assist by Fultz. Fultz has got his 3rd assist of the night.
And he's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Knocks down the triple.
DiVincenzo saying, I got that too.
Fultz passes to Lyles. Sacramento shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game. No good on that one. And he sinks the second. There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter. For 3, DiVincenzo. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
And any decent look from distance, he's taking it. He has that locked-in mentality right now.
Seems to be taking it on his shoulders aggressively to shrink this lead. They really needed those points.
And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. The Kings on top, leading by 4.
It's the fourth quarter.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Here's Monk. Conley and Ann are the 1 and the 2. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Gobert finds Randall. The kick out to Conley. From outside, off the mark. And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for Sacramento. And there's the foul. It'll go on Julius Randle. That's his third foul so far. And so here's Sacramento. They lead by 4. On the wing, Levine. Levine in deep. Oh, and the jam by Levine.
Yeah, this is an unbelievable performance from Levine. His offensive skill set is amazing.
And Edwards, here we go. Rebound by Sacramento. On the wing, Levine. He's guarded by Conley. Drives to the hoop. Here's Edwards. Edwards muscles it inside. Wow.
You got to bring more muscle if you want to stop Edwards from scoring. He's gifted at converting through contact.
McDaniels against Monk. Pass to Sabonis. Monk, a screen on Gobert. Here's Sabonis. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Jaden McDaniels picks one up.
What increases Sabonis' perceived quickness is that ability to change pace.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth.
Second mental foul. Ellis. Second personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Edwards. Edwards, so good inside.
Oh, so smooth inside. Edwards found the opening and exploited it.
Murray, a screen on Edwards. And the bucket counts, and he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. All right, let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Sacramento.
I mean, those swats, they can get into your head, make you think twice about shooting it. So it's about more than just those block numbers.
I feel like another part of tonight's game has been the hustle points, getting up and down, getting second chances, getting transition opportunities. They've been fantastic in that area.
Edwards, no good.
He had more than enough room to hit that, just couldn't make it happen.
Here's Levine for 3. Can't get that one to go. Now he's 8 for 13. Timberwolves trail by 7. It's tipped. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray. Edwards looking it over. Outside McDaniels. And Jaden McDaniels picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Sacramento leading by 7. Pass to Levine. Here's Ellis. Back to Levine. 5 to shoot. That's tipped. And out of bounds. Minnesota will have it. And so it's Minnesota with it. Randall outside. Outside Edwards. Strong shot.
Yes, sir! That's what we tuned in right there. Wow. Wow. Edwards almost makes it look effortless. Like the whole team wasn't holding their breath right there.
Here's Murray. Out to Sabonis. Three-pointer. Gets the 3 to fall. Sabonis has got 5 points in the quarter.
Oh, what great action we've seen tonight. Hard to imagine a more entertaining. Oh, man. Oh, another highlight reel play from Anthony Edwards. Oh, this guy is fun.
Here's Monk. Here he goes. And he says right back at you. big dunk of his own.
It's like he's doing pull-ups on the rim.
Looked like a schoolyard playground right there. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Well, we know Edwards has an impressive skill set, but what really separates him is the competitive edge that he plays with.
So he gets them both.
And those were big shots. At this point in the game, you can't afford to leave any points at the line.
Levine against Edwards. Murray for 3, and it's good. Credit Levine with the assist. Murray's got 9 points here in the second half. Conley looking for an opening, driving inside. Sabonis with some nice D. The Kings lead by 9. Oh, deflected. And that'll be Sacramento's ball as it goes out of bounds. Kings able to keep possession here. Here's Levine. Sabonis with a screen on Edwards. Levine passes to Murray. Now Sabonis. Good work there as it goes. And now an 11-point Kings lead.
Both sides are simply waiting for the clock to make it official. This is going to end up in the books as a nice win for the Kings.
I was really impressed with their attitude today, Grant. Competitive game, they battled through every step of the way.
And BA, can you say big-time effort and energy? I mean, just a tremendous performance. They were well deserving of this win.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Zach LaVine.
Oh, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
Randall finds Gobert. He takes it in, lays it up, and banks it in.
That man was wide open there, and Julius Randle understood the timing to get him the ball to get that score.
And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
And so it's Sacramento with the W. Boy, a nice win on the alley. Thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.